Greetings, listeners. I am the mighty Master Voluminous, teacher, commentator, and most importantly to you, storyteller. I hope you've had a wonderful week, listeners, because today you're going to get 2 chapters of Rufus the Clown. So buckle up. I know I had promised to have another chapter as a bonus, but I decided, no, it's better for you to spend more time with me. So, we're going to give you 2 chapters. The first one, which is the 4th chapter in Rufus the Clown by Gift and Yadike, available on Amazon. Rufus deals with a group of young graffiti artists. The second chapter, which is the 5th, features Rufus dealing with a cat burglar in a very fun way. I do hope you enjoy. If you seek an audience with the master, go to the link in the description for all forms of communication. Thank you. Chapter 4. Sucking Paint Dry. A trio of teens checks out an empty alley. The lead teen, Johnny, is a lanky black boy with short hair and wearing a green hoodie. The second, Aaron, is a short, chubby black boy with cornrows and a blue hooded sweatshirt holding a plastic bag. The third, Billy, is a tall Caucasian boy with a red cap and a black and white Letterman's jacket. Billy, being last to enter, keeps eyes on the street surrounding buildings. No one around. "Coast is clear," he whispers. Aaron nods and opens the bag, revealing cans of spray paint, each a different color: green, yellow, blue, purple, red, brown, black, white, silver, and orange. He puts the bag down and they each grab a can and get to work. They each pick a space on the wall. Johnny paints a picture of a bulldog with long lower canines sticking out of his mouth, fiery red eyes, black fur, a spiked collar, and horns. Aaron paints a blackened, cracked skull with human arms sticking out of the eye sockets, fire in its mouth. Billy paints a pale, crooked hand with an evil eye in its palm. They all leave signatures. Using aliases, of course, they step back to view their handiwork. "Next time, we're doing it in the subway. Nobody's gonna see this. I keep telling you, dude, it's a process. First we start in the hidden spots, then we move to bigger and bolder spots until bam, we become infamous. They'll be talking about us all over town. Bro, you are 50 flavors of nuts, you know that?" "No, I think he has a point," Rufus says. They turn to see him standing next to Johnny, hands on his hips staring at the wall. "A shame you couldn't find a more appropriate canvas though. Your art is really good, if not a little excessive in its theme." "Hey, where'd you come from?" Larry asked, backing away. "Oh, I was just passing through, and I stopped to watch the show. You boys really do have talent." Aaron shoves Larry. You said no one would be here." "Forget it. Let's just get out of here." They drop everything and make a run for it. Rufus grabs the brown paint can and spray paints a lasso on the ground. He pulls the lasso up out of the ground, spins it, and throws it, catching all 3 boys in one fell swoop. He pulls them back and ties them up. "Hey, what are you doing?" "Relax. You'll be free as birds in a moment, just as soon as I clean up." He picks up the spray can and paints a handheld vacuum cleaner. He pulls it off the wall, as he did with the lasso, turns it on, and sucks the graffiti off the wall before putting it away. The 3 boys stare in shock even as he unties them. He hands Aaron the bag with all the spray paint cans inside. "Now you boys run along, and perhaps channel your artistic talents more productively. Chop chop, an alleyway is no place for bright young lads such as yourselves." They leave the scene in a hurry, as does he. Before we continue to the next chapter, here is a reminder that Voluminous Talks will be a weekly program starting next week, Halloween. And be sure to tune in then for a special episode. Chapter 5. Cats in the Bag. A cat burglar makes her way into a penthouse via the glass sliding door. She carefully uses a compass glass cutter to make a hole that she can put her hand through, and unhooks the latch, pulling the sash and opening the door. She tiptoes into the apartment. It is large, as is to be expected. She pulls out a map of the route in her pocket and checks it. To the right is a hallway leading to a study in which a safe is hidden. The residents are all asleep now, so as long as she continues her quiet route, she'll be fine. She puts the map away and continues down the hallway with her night vision goggles on. She need not worry about bumping into something unseen, but listening for movement is still on her. She gets to the study. So far, so good. Next to a portrait of a grumpy-looking man is a control panel. This controls the alarms and reveals the safe. She disables them, and the portrait swings open like a door, revealing a safe. She cracks it easily to see stacks of cash, probably meant for a rainy day. She takes out a bag and puts all the money inside of it. She shuts the safe, puts the portrait back as it was, and leaves the room, carefully and quietly shutting the door. As she turns to continue down the hallway, she is shocked to see several toy ducks and party horns on the floor. When did those get here? Doesn't matter. Someone is awake in here. She will need to be even more careful. The toys are spaced in a way that forces her to walk on her toes at all times. It is stressful, irritating, and she nearly falls over at several points. But she makes it out of the hallway. The owners are still asleep. Perfect. All she has to do is get out the way she came and use the rope to slide down the building. She walks over to the sliding door to find it locked, with Rufus on the outside waving at her. She stifles a gasp. He holds up a marching horn. She pleadingly shakes her head. He shrugs and blows into it as loudly as possible, alerting everyone within the building and outside of it. She panics at the sounds of doors opening and footsteps coming down the stairs. She makes a dash for the elevator, but ends up stepping on a party horn, which causes the footsteps to be even more frantic. The homeowners make their way downstairs, with the old man from the picture at the helm. He calls building security, when an elderly woman calls the police. The sirens are heard almost instantly. The cat burglar looks over at the balcony to see Rufus, giving her a two-finger salute before being carried away by a bunch of balloons. Double duty today. I do hope you enjoyed it. Personally, I like the cat burglar one. And a very creative way to capture one too, huh? She was almost free too. She could have made it out. But that bastard clown just couldn't let it go. He just had to be there to rub salt in the wound. I love it. I love it. Well, that's all from me. Do tune in next week for our journey into Kuristock. What is Kuristock? It is the place where evil spirits are trapped. You want to find out more? Tune in next week on Halloween.